line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind is the finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here live on the Pizza Race TV as we've got yourselves another showcase today of a Sim 500 KF. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Sim 500 Racing League Midnight Thunder Series here live on Pizza Racing TV. Hi everyone, I am the Crusader, joining you guys on a late night edition here for the racing action, and a lot of hard racing action still yet to be on full display and brought to the track. As we are currently just getting settled in for our timestamp here. Warm-up session now engaged here as we get ready to roll them out for their main event of the evening here. A 60-lap race here in Daytona International Speedway here in Daytona Beach, Florida. Got a who's who of drivers with names you know and names you may not have heard of. This is a whole different registry of drivers I'm not accustomed to. Some of them I already know, as you saw Chad Coleman there in the 38 bringing his Jim Beam machine out to the track. Joe Sonaker, I don't believe has any relation to our old friend Sparky, Dustin Sonaker there. Wesley Donaldson, we know him well. Joe Hudson, of course, another guy well known around the track here. Brian Wortman, been on the show a little bit here or there, but it's going to see him back out on track and see what he does in the 74. And Joey Gattina, of course, another guy you'll really have to watch out for on this Super Speedway style S race, because this is kind of his thing and his style of racing. So let's see how it all plays out as we present our Midnight Thunder gridding order today. On the pole, in the number 38, you just heard him there. Chad Coleman's going to be on the pole, the outside. In the number 74, Brian Wortman. Row 2, in the number 75 is Stoney Bennyfield, the outside. In the number 30, it's the Mac Attack, Brian Macklin. Row number 3, in the 9, it's Bobby Wetzel, the outside. The number 2 is Alan the Wild Man Wild. Row number 4, in the 85, it's Adam Kilday, the outside. And the 138, Phil Hitman Menzo. Row 5 in the 51 is Joe Hudson. The outside, the 91 is Wesley Donaldson. Row number 6 in the number 31, that'll be Eric Arnold. The outside pilots, the number 32, that's going to be Sean Macklin. Row number 7 in the 36 is Derek Catt. The outside in the number 61, it's John Graham. Row number 8 in the 152 is Joshua D. Beckham. The outside, the number 09, it's Ismael Padilla. Row number 9 in the 94 is Fred Anderson. The outside, number 1 is Gary Bergeron. Row number 10 in the 57 is George Rincon. The outside, that's 69. That's Jonathan Cadell. Row number 11 pilots, the number 47 is Nicholas Carey. The outside in the 14, Joey Gattina. Row number 12 in the number 90, that's Ryan Willard. The outside, the 33 is Zachary Lange. And finally in row 13, Joe Sonaker, the 42, the outside, and the 89 is Logan Quinn. Your field of drivers marked and set. For 60 laps the distance. Field just kind of stringing themselves along right now, ready to roll them out on the tracks. The pace going to be slow for now, but just wait till they let them roar here. Feel their power and feel their momentum, ready to rip around Daytona International Speedway. Truck Series in action. We'll bring him down to the line here through turn 4, the front straightaway. Line him to the Midnight Thunder starting zone. Here we go. In Old Daytona, green flag drops. Let them roar. Early backpedalers, Joe Hudson, the 51, going to the back here, right around to the top side now, going to the bottom lane of the yellow line. Not looking for any passes there. Brian V. Macklin, the Navy Brat, number 30, looking to come back on the attack here as he hasn't been off Heat Series TV for just a little while, a little hiatus, if you will. Last time I believe we saw him was back in the Tuesday Night Truck Series edition where he would be rolling and fighting every driver that came in his wake. Now back with a fiery vengeance. Yeah, they're going to be quick and they're going to be fast off the draw here. So watch the drivers early on to try to make some crucial decisions early on. Then as we get a little bit later in the race, then you start to see a strategy play out and a formation start to go their way. Back again, the early lead there, Alan the Wild Man Wild piloting the big number 2. He's currently right behind Macklin. Wortman on the bottom, trying to work his way a little bit up to the higher side. He can get to the front. Doesn't want to be glued to the bottom. Wants to try to drip it up a little to the outside lane, then kind of roll his way back in. You can see though that straightaway, that back top spark gets a little bit more momentum. That's how difficult it can be here to kind of take full control and to take kind of aim at this racing. And Wesley Donaldson a little bit loose down from the back half of turn 4, up to the top, rolling it back down, got it squared up, almost driving up there towards Bobby Wetzel to the 9. And Wetzel shoots it up a little bit to the outside lane. He now joins the party up to the top side. Looks like maybe he's trying to find a little bit of rhythm, find a little bit of drive up there. One thing I can tell you right out of the gate, you get to the outside lane, you have a little bit more coverage. The downside, though, is it is a little bit more treacherous to try to build that speed up, trying to build that runoff, and then having to fight someone else back in between. It could be a very substantial situation or critical momentum occasion here. That's why you can't let your guard down. That's why you can't let off on any of the other drivers. You just got to stay focused on the track and stay focused on your line and hope that everyone else does the same. You're on board with Fred Anderson. Vince Shore says, come on, faster, faster. Vince, it's good to hear from you again. I haven't heard from you in quite some time, good sir. Strolling off on the outside now, 3 wide off as the Sim 500 Racing League. I probably should mention as well, also always looking for new drivers and new folks to come in. So if you're interested, be sure to hit them up on their Facebook end to get to their Discord, and I guarantee you they'll probably be willing to race with you. Great bunch of guys there. They're working, of course, with the GOAT Racing League camp, and we know how fast and how good those drivers are. Pretty clean, pretty surreal. Oh, as I say that right out of the gate, a little bump and backed off the tack there. Trying to get the track squared away. That looks like that was Adam Kildale, excuse me. Kildale getting it back on the track, got wrecked and then stacked in, but managed to get out of there. Could have been disastrous there, but both drivers making a great maneuvering there. One up to that spot. Nicholas Peak says, wild man up front. Well, it depends on which wild man we're talking. Are we talking Brian Werman, or are you talking the actual wild man himself, the number 2, Alan Wild? The strategic nature and the overall control to pace this one out. High in the tame, high on the momentum. Nicholas says, of course, Alan Wild. All right, Nicholas, I just needed to double check on that one, make sure we are on the right track, good sir. I do apologize for some of the frame rate slowdowns here as well. That unfortunately is iRacing on. It's not just my software shooting. Car's going at you so fast and speed's just going right through the roof. You think it's easy catching up with these guys sometimes? Yeah, good luck with that. Quick lane number 32, Derek Cat on board right now. And he's currently falling down 3 spots from his original position. Carl flying in the 13th spot, fell into the 16th run. Now just trying to see what he can do with it. Rolling them right off into the lanes and up into the speeds here. Every driver for themselves, nobody giving an inch. Vince Shore says limited to Sunday League and only right now and occasionally official as well. Vince, I understand that dealing and I understand how that goes, but having a family of my own, it definitely takes a lot of time out of you and takes a lot of stuff you have to get used to. Got about 8 laps completed right now, rolling on to lap number 9. You get just feel that power too. They roll them off again. Maybe 550 horsepower packages on these trucks, but again, the speed and endurance they take and they take control of, absolutely impressive to say the least. Because they have so much workarounds and so much drive they have to kind of hang on to. The rear ends like to obviously get a little bit hard on them and get a little bit tougher to control, especially as you get a little later on where the drivers want to bump and bump and bump to try to push as quick as they can. It can ultimately result in some tough spots and some very tough little dealings here, and that's why they really want to watch out for. Vince Shorts has had to jump in and throw a little support to my buddy Stoney Bennyfield. Vince, it is always good to show you some support and some love on here, man. I love seeing it. The drivers obviously love hearing it. So full credit to you, good sir. Looks like a little 3-wide drop up there. Looks like that is Bobby Wetzel looking to try to make a move here. Yeah, he's got a run coming up. He's got the 14 Joey Katina. Ooh, but gets scrunched up a little bit there. Got crunched up. I think that might have been the 32. Sean Macklin kind of kicking him up off the low ground. Yeah, that was Macklin, the Reese's Cups machine, trying to get onto that bottom lane or trying to get to that top lane. Doesn't want to be stuck in the middle, especially with Wild blocking, and a jump right there on the back half. Alan Wild jumping it up to the front. He's your new leader. Macklin falling behind. So Wild right now, your new leader is now. Wortman going back to the pack here and trying to get out of that mess. You're on board with your race leader, the number 2, the Wild Man. Maybe not lead for much longer. The Mac attacks now striking. Sean Macklin and Brian Macklin working together. It's the first time we've ever seen Sean Macklin here on Pete Race TV, and 11 spots up to work with. Not too shabby, if I say so myself. Giles Van Schaik late to the show. He is not going to be able to get the truck out. He's got still mechanical problems down there, and it looks like he's trying to see what he can do. Oh, wait, never mind. The mechanical problems seem to be at least letting him get out. He's out on the track. The 23 is going to be in a heap of trouble, though, when he gets caught up by the drivers. He's going to need to hope that they don't go too crazy with them around. Nice on board here with George Rincon right now. As you see the field just continuing to pace out and trying to strengthen up their runs. Drivers kind of flip-flop, crisscross, jumping them off and seeing where they can go with it. As they now go with back 3 wide for the row 2. Bill Hitman Monzo right now currently falling 3 spots down from the spot he was at a minute ago. 138 looked like he had something kind of figured out up there. Then all of a sudden just kind of died it back again. Eric Arnold, the 31, he's just pushing the living trucks out of these drivers. He's pushing the heck out of that middle lane right now. He's just trying to keep everybody online while at the same time trying to make sure he doesn't overblow the engine. Wesley Donaldson knows a thing or two about winning in Daytona. Remember, just a couple of weeks ago in the Next Gen Cup Series on the Thursday night end, Donaldson came out and put the world on notice, winning in the night in his big bad WBD diecast machine. Donaldson using his old tricks again, got the outside lane to work, got into the middle and taking the lead there, but only for a brief second. Wild now goes back from the bottom and travels up there. Impressive racing either on. Honestly, I'm seeing a lot of drivers just kind of move and scoot and doom their way right through. But so far, extremely clean and agile on how they nail down the track and how they nail down each other. That's the race. This is smart thinking, if you ask me. This is brilliant racing and the smart and agile movements here from these drivers when they need to most. Bobby Wetzel, the number 9 machine here, gunning up there with Tony Bennefield and Jack Coleman. as now he tries to get through a little bit of maneuvering here, a little bit of conditioning and control. Drivers right now gotta be just thinking here more often than not, like where is the best route to take from and where is the best opening to get to. Looks like Tina right now, currently kind of thrown between a rock and a hard place, having to decipher where he wants to go. The big 14 Sim 500 Racing League driver. He knows a thing or two about Daytona and Talladega. The first time we ever saw him here on P3's TV was one of the first times we ever had the Sim 500 Super Series, as they called it back then. Or the Super Speedway Series, I guess. Not the Super Series, that would be the GOAT Racing League guys. Sorry to confuse them. He ended up going out there, winning that first race, and just threw everything he had on the plate, knowing what he was going to do. Oh, look at this now, Jonathan Goodell. 19 spots up, hard charging, and he's now making a run for the race lead. He makes a bid to the top and got it up there. Not only is he on top of it all, but he's also on literally the top of the track as high as you can go before you go way too close to that wall. Brian and Sean Macklin here kind of now pacing the front half up as Wesley Donaldson is not having it with that 32. He's like, either get moving or get out of my way. Your choice. Rolling it back up. Whoa, a little bit of movement back in between. I think that might have been Gary Bergeron there. It was. He almost got himself into a really tough little spot there. Kind of had probably a little nook and cranny too late and ended up hitting into the wall or somewhere down the straight. But he's okay. The number one right now, lone Canadian driver too, by the way. And he's not doing too shabby here, if you ask me. 11 spots up. He is making a bidding here. These guys right now, I'm pretty impressed here so far with the way this race has been. Ben says, boy, aggressive early. Yeah, aggressive early and aggressive onto the top here. Only one little hiccup, though. Stowing their way around, still plenty more time to go. Well, if I'm not mistaken, that's either Brian Werman or that's Charles Van Schaik there that these drivers are coming up closer to. One thing's for sure, though, gap is now starting to look more and more like this could be anybody's guess in terms of taking top honors, taking top spot. Stacking them up right now here. Don Graham now in pit road here as well. There's Van Schaik. Easy there, old Schaik. Charles does not want to get in the way of these drivers, but he doesn't want to lose out his space either. Always good to see the old Goat Racing diecast logo on that one. Wide right into the mix and into the spot. Shoot it back off right now. Sean Macklin taking the lead back away here. Gary Bergeron, despite the little troubles earlier, seems to be getting pretty comfy there with Brian Macklin. Those that went into pit road now, currently in the wake of a ferocious beast behind him, and that packed stacked traffic right now going to be a big issue. Katina right now currently looking to try to get to the race lead. He's got Brian Macklin just barely ahead of him. With his family member Sean Macklin, I presume, right below him. I haven't seen any other Macklins around here, so I presume that is what it's been. Pit stops now on the track here. Drivers heading in there and doing what they need to. Gotta set your sights high and aim for where you're going for and hope that it works out. That's the big thing here. And another set of drivers going into pit road. Really the last set except for two remaining holdouts, Tony Benefield and Eric Arnold. Bergeron looks like he might have a problem down there in pit road. Looks like I make Austin in this one. Waiting for Arnold and Benefield to go to their pit stop. They do choose to. So now it's pretty much now a gapped up bridge. Who can get to who first and who can work with each other to get to the front. Nearly halfway done with this race. So far, it's looking more and more like this field's going to separate out even further. Zachary Lange and Ryan Willard right now working together. Currently everything happens so quick it's kind of hard to catch up with who's where. We do know down there that is Benefield and Arnold. As now Arnold tries to hurry out. Benefield trying to join him. Katina and them working their way through the front straightaway. Looks like Strategy's now posting up for them. Swinging back on the pack and stop at the top right now. Looks like Donaldson maybe trying to avoid trouble. Yellow flag out on the track though. There is trouble. Trouble ensued. Phil Hitman Menzo and John Graham in the wreckage. Time to take a look at the Pizza Reese TV instant replay here and see what exactly transpired. Looks like movement to the front and movement set off on pace. Just a bad timing there. Three trucks total involved in that one here. We'll see if we can get one more look at it here from the chopper cam. You can see right here, moved up. Looked like he was trying to get lined up again. Then the pass was trying to be made, and instead it was clipped the driver off. And absolutely nothing they can do about it. They're causing the first caution of the day, and those that went in late, they didn't get their lap back. Well, let's just say they're going to have their work cut out for them. Only one inch to repair allowed in this one. You messed that up, that's your own fault. You lost everything then. So yeah, they come out of pit road right now after our first caution of the day. Looks like Donaldson staying on top. Benefield, Coleman, Katina, Arnold, Wild, Wetzel, Backfoot, Redcon, and the other Backfoot in that pace. Interesting to see from here, like where exactly the drivers use the best of their abilities in this leveled out playing field. Lights off on the pace car. Halfway done with this race, ladies and gentlemen. Now we get to go back, rolling off, see where we go from here. Everyone now just trying to get out of pit road and hurry back over. Time to see where they go from here right now. Currently as well, there's a few groups that have been shared around as well to give you guys a little link as well to join the Midnight Thunder Super Space Series. Just register today at their little website they got going on, Sim Sports 7500 Esports Racing League. Be sure to tune up with them and join them for all the action, and maybe one day we'll be able to get more calls in with them. We don't know. Kind of a one-off for the day, but we'll see down the road. Green flag back out. Let's see what happens from here. Green's out to drop the next. And right now, Charles Van Schaik pretty much kind of all but out of this one. Gary Bergeron done and over with. Logan Quinn, couple laps down by his timing and his execution, trying to lane on the track here. Coming back up to the stock here, right on the back half and into the stack and the pack racks. You gotta love that big old draft. Adam Kildare, after earlier on getting kind of whacked around a little bit, now seems to have found his footing there. He's gone there with Brian Macklin, Eric Arnold, and Bobby Wetzel. Meanwhile, Alan Wild just jumping right below with the number 27, George Rincon. Rincon looked like he was trying to keep a little bit more of an easy pace here, a little bit more of an easy stretch, and instead didn't quite go the route he was looking for. Well, on board here with Nicholas Carey right now as he continues to pace out. Race fans, I think it's that time again. We crank up the loudspeakers, we crank up the volume. Let's send it down and have a little fun with this one. It's time to crank it up. I guess when we decided to crank it up, these drivers cranked it up a bit too. Everybody right now just starting to make some big maneuvers out of the gate. Charles Van Schaik working hard with the 69 of Jonathan Cadell right now as both drivers seem to be pacing up a bit. Maybe looking on as they start to see 26 laps remain. Opportunity starting to run low here. The goal always remains the same. Just try to deal with what you got and make bank with what you make. 25 seconds left on this track. Still very surprised, honestly, that we've been able to go this long. Only one caution today so far. And a who's who drivers right now just trying to make it out of the woods unscathed and out of trouble. Joey Gattina right now, though, there's no words to describe what he's done. He started 23rd. Guess what? He's your race leader, 22 spots to the line. Wesley Johnson with 8 spots, looking to turn that into 9. If he could just try to make a jump up there. George Rincon right now, not out of the woods yet, though. He's currently trying to push the trans service. Number 14, as far up as he can with the WBD Guidecast. 91 just continue to lay into it. Chad Coleman, the Jimmy Bean Racing Machine. Have a little fun with it, too. I think after this race, I may need to go get me a few Jim Beans here, because that's kind of the night I'm having. Been a good night, so I just need to have a little more fun to kind of settle it in. That's right. Nicholas Carey right now 15 up as well from his power rankings. He's been known to make some big jumps in this race so far. When he started 22nd, he pretty much kind of jumped out of the gate and got right up there to the front. Now he seems to be kind of just edging out a little bit more, buying his time, but still looking for the right moment to strike. And I believe we still need at least one pit stop in there somewhere, which could result in a major dilemma here. There looks like Donaldson. They're getting a little bit tired down there. So he's starting to make his jump back into the bases and back into this track. Three wide off round of the gate here. Here comes that number 85, Adam Kilday. Kilday looking extremely good. Trying to hang in there and trying to pull us round up. Doubled up and in a engaging manner. 20 laps will be remaining us next time on by. Charging back from the back straight away. Gattina, Donaldson, Rincon, everybody looking good. Question I have is, who wants to make the most run quickest? Joshua D. Beckham right now, the 152 currently. We're on the 15 now, dropping down to 16. He started 15th today and hasn't really been able to make too much noise, get to the front. Perhaps lay low for now, waiting for the right time to edge them in. I always kind of like the idea of just lulling them to sleep, letting them just kind of think that everything's going to happen, everything's looking good, everything's okay, and then all of a sudden, bam, strike them right where it hurts. Just a mere 20 laps left on the clock here. Everybody just looking to roll out every bit of speed and endurance they can left. can stand the test of time, who can strike out while the time is right. Rincon, talk about making some jumps up there. He's now moved it closer than ever before to Katina. Katina right now, he's looking for redemption. He had a long list of problems the last couple races. Just in that last Super Speedway race, Super Series race, if you will. He's looking to try to get some serious redemption today. No, don't clean your windshield, don't clean your tires, and do not clean your TV screens. That is an actual little bug that got ripped up on the windshield there of our car. The truck just kind of having a little bit of time down there. It's Nick Crony Bennyfield. Apparently just trying to hang in there with everything he's got. Adam Gilday right now having some help there. Charles Van Schaik in trying to just maybe somehow, some way get some laps back, but at the same time maybe just trying to race these drivers for the heck of it. You never know anymore. He's one of those drivers that he could just be with you to the end, and there's times he could just be with you just because he's just having fun with you. Van Schaik right now kind of jumping around in places. Whoa, Rincon easy down there. Katina getting a little bit close up to that front bumper, and the right rear almost taking a bit of a drive off from it. He knew he was in a dangerous spot. Got out of it. Rincon, your new leader. They just talk about moment after moment. 3 wide. Close off that there. Kilday backed into another corner. The Melio 9 at Wetzel. Jumping it right ahead of him. As they stack him up a bit, there's still lap traffic faced. Joe Soldaker, the number 42 right now, currently just trying to get out of that mess and trying to stay out of trouble. Driving down the bottom lane. Here comes Wetzel, the mellow yellow machine. Starting to mellow up. Trying to roast him up like a good marshmallow at a campfire. He is putting everything he's got on the table. Trying to hang on for everything he got. Katina's still fighting, scratching, clawing, and bashing everything he's got into that under that helmet. Down that back level here, everyone looking good. Still pretty clear what they want to do and where they want to take us to. Starting to indulge down there. Looks like Van Schaik. I don't know what he's up to down there. He's either trying to have some fun or he's just making it harder for everyone else. I don't understand it. I just know he has just completely been taking control and having a little fun with this from the get. Sorry for that. Audio command issues there. I wasn't really sure what was going on. So 12 laps to go, though. Katina still your leader. Coleman, Rincon, Wetzel, and Wild top 5. With Van Schaik just kind of playing in the middle of all of it. Trans service number 14, Joey Katina trying to keep the 7500 Racing League up to the code and up to the standard he sets for him. And he is currently working every bit from that back to the stack with 11 laps left. These drivers are hitting upwards of over 195, 96 miles per hour just on the back straightaways and the front straightaways. And then having to corner the trucks in to just a slowly grinding tight window. Now sets them up for this move here, which is the pit stops. Pit stops engaged. Can they break it in? Probably. Ah, definitely not for Dawson. Oh my. Zachary Lange and Wesley Donaldson clipped up. Looks like Lange is trapped there in a bad spot. He needs to get it figured out right away, or he needs to get back on the track. Looks like he's going to get back out there. Donaldson tried to brake, and it looked like Lange was just in the wrong lane. And another pit road stop sets in here. Katina trying to stay out of trouble. Wild almost gets himself in there. Rincon getting out of that mess. Looks like a good drive for Eric Arnold. As well as 75 is Tony Benfield. Everyone right now just trying to get into proper position for the pit stop. Big stops engaged. Wetzel, Sean Macklin and Brian Macklin with Brian Wortman coming up from behind. Trying to see if maybe they got anything left in the tank. They're going to have to go to pit road this next go, though, the way I'm looking at it. Set themselves up for the fuel run and then deal with the pressure these other drivers are going to bring to them in just a second. How's this pit stop going to handle here? Looks like good. The Macklins, Wetzel, and Wortman keeping their cool. Very well done. 9 will turn to 8 laps to go when they bring them back around. Actually, 8 laps now set to go. Seven now laps left remaining. And Coleman with their new leader. Gilday, Hudson, Katina, Arnold, top 5, rolling through. Now comes Long. Oh, no, trouble, big trouble out of no. Oh, I thought we were going to be able to get there to the end, but it's not going to happen here. That's a massive wreck down there. It looks like Sean Macklin, the recipient. That may not be able to come back from that one. Take a look at the replay here. Looked like Sean was trying to stay out of trouble there. And right in front of him, oh yeah, right beside him there, it just caught him completely off guard. And then all of a sudden he got completely disarmed. Thrown into that fire pit and just ended the absolute mess. They were already wrecking pretty bad there, but it was not to be in this case. Take one more look at it here. See, there's a tag, and that was the big bump that got him into that trouble. They could have stayed green, but then that was when Macklin got completely disheveled and thrown into the wall there just by a little bit of a loose cannon there. Just unfortunately getting the truck loose was all it took, and that's where it ends up going. Now this one gets thrown on its head again, and that's not even something we can't even say enough of around here. So now pretty much down to a green white checkered start here. We'll have about 3 laps when we roll back to the line here. So here we go. 3 laps left. Pretty much dead on shootout. Green white checkered attempt here for the drivers. Big opportunities waiting here right now for Chad Coleman, Adam Kilday, Joe Hudson Good, Joey Gattina, Eric Arnold, Alan Wild, Stoney Bennyfield, George Rincon, Ryan Macklin, and Bobby Wetzel. Top 5 on your screen. We'll lead them back down here. We'll see who takes the provisional, who takes control. extremely big opportunity about to set sail here for these drivers here in Daytona Beach, Florida. All eyes on the drivers and on their lines as they prepare for what could be their last restart, their last chance to win in Daytona. A feat I've ever only been able to do once, to be honest. It is so hard to do, and it is so hard to manage up. What will happen here as we reel them down? The Midnight Thunder Series goes green once more with 3, 2, go! Out wild right now. Oh no, that's what we were worried about. Sent down to the pack side. Stony Benfield wrecking completely out. Stays green. That is one man driver in a minute. Benefield not happy about that one. Can't quite get out of that mess though. Adam Killiday, Chad Coleman, Joey Katina, Joe Hudson staying within the reach. 2 laps remain. What goes down now? That's all on them. 3 wide. Down for the race lead now. Coleman, Macklin, and Hudson. Cadell in the mix. Trying to intervene. As they stretch them up a bit now. Cooling off. Each driver just pushing their absolute limits to good use. Macklin getting everything he can right now from Cadell. Trying to hold on. Wetzel though. Oh my, he is pushing as hard as he can. You can see the truck's almost losing it off there. Wrong push. Macklin's going cent trail for the wall, or maybe even worse for the air. Here we go now, ladies and gentlemen. This is your white flag lap presented by the Midnight Thunder Series for Sim 500 Racing League. To the line, Macklin had it. Chad Coleman now. Almost breaking it off. Trying to set the truck up. He clutched the gauge. Now he's going full clutch mode with some help from behind. Joe Hudson trying to get the Jim Beam machine back to victory lane. Ismail Padilla right now troubles. He's off the track. Zachary Lane as well. Zachary Lane just off this one. They've got all sorts of troubles there in turn 2. You see just for a minute, but it won't matter anyway. Oh, wait a minute. There goes trouble. There goes trouble. Hudson, I believe, just blew the motor. Macklin jumping ahead. Coleman, nothing he can do about it. Coming straight to the line. Brian Macklin going to force Cadell to the bottom. It's a drag race to the line. And to the finish line. It's going to be Brian Macklin to the line by a mere 100th of a second. What a race. And Cadell giving him a slight tap on the side just by mashing it up a little bit to say, you got me this time, but not by much there, sir. Oh my word, what a race. Hudson's motor gives, and it gave Coleman, unfortunately, the worst break he can imagine, and the Mack attack returns with a fiery vengeance in this pack. What a race. It says 100th of a second to the line. I think that may have needed to be changed to 1,000th of a second to the line. That is absolutely insane. Macklin somehow, someway fought off Cadell. Cadell, your second hard charger award winner. Joe Slonaker going to take that one from him. We're going 19 spots from 26th just a straight to 7th. Bobby Wetzel somehow hanging in for a podium as well, but unbelievably and none mistaken here, guys, Brian Macklin just took this one to the house. Here are your race results now popping up on your screen. Well, we're trying to get the results up. Let's see if we got. Oh, there we go. There's the results. 4,000ths of a second to the line. I said 100th of a second. My timing was wrong. It's 4,000ths of a second to the line. Brian Macklin takes down Jonathan Cadell. Bobby Wetzel going to go third. Fourth to Chad Coleman. Fifth to Fred Anderson. Sixth to Eric Arnold. Seventh, Joe Slonaker. Eighth to Joshua D. Beckham. 9 to John Cram, and 10 to Ryan Willard. That rounds out your top 10. The rest of your finisher is popping up on your screen now. What a race, ladies and gentlemen. An absolute fight out for everything they had and everything they had to go through just to hang on. These drivers left nothing on the table. Let's take it down now and chat with your top three drivers here. Bobby Wetzel going to be first up on the list here, ladies and gentlemen. He joins me now here as your third place finisher today. Bobby, what a race and a performance there, sir, as you had to pretty much just hold it down the line. Looking for the final pass. Just didn't look like you had enough time to get to it there, good sir.
It was just, with these races, someone blew up down there at the bottom and we were coming to the checkered. I didn't even expect it. If I hadn't had any inkling that someone was going to blow up down there, I probably would have done a little bit, would have had a bit of a run made up and would have had a little bit more speed behind me. But we got third, so I'm happy, pleasantly happy about that and surprised. Didn't have to fix anything on the car, so it was a good race.
Yeah, usually with super speedway races, I've noticed that you don't really have all the luck in the world, or really have the best opportunities to really showcase your talent. But yet today, seemed like you really kind of got a little bit of a break and a little bit of a checkered spot there to kind of take your way. I mean, how does it feel to kind of take a podium for you today?
It's great. I mean, this is going to be my last race on Friday nights for a while, changing shifts at my job. So I was hoping to get a win, but podium's cool as well.
Pretty cool as well indeed. Well, hey, third today. I mean, who do you want to thank for this one, buddy?
I got to thank all the admins, everyone who puts all this stuff on. Sim 500. I've always said this. We're second to none on driver talent. You've got guys out here that should be pros. They should be pros, but they just love racing down here so much that they're good with it. But got to thank Joe Hudson for having you come on over and broadcast it, and just everyone watching.
Bobby, thanks so much for your time, buddy. Congratulations taking this one on home for third.
Thanks.
We're going to take a listen now to our second place finisher today, Jonathan Goodell here, coming away second. Jonathan, holy smokes, folks, you just had everything going right to the line, but just by a matter of inches, it just didn't quite go your way, buddy.
Yeah, man, that last restart, I don't think it let out the gas. Man, they started wrecking off turn two, and I was like, well, I found Brian there, and a couple weeks ago, I pulled the same strategy on Brian, never let out the gas, but I ended up wrecking him and won the race. So I'm like, I'll give him some redemption, and I won't wreck him this time, and I'll try to win the race. And it didn't work out that time. So moral of the story is next time, he's getting wrecked.
I was about to say, you about took him completely out off the line to the after the straightaway. Was that just out of friendship, or was that just like, hey, you got me this time, next time it's mine?
The big joke between us, he runs that Navy truck, and I retired from the Navy about a month ago. And every time I see the back bumper of his truck, I'm like, I'm about to take out 20 years of frustration on your back bumper there, Brian. Get ready. So I've been racing with Brian for about 14, 15 years, and we like to just coke and joke with each other, man. It's good times.
I definitely think there's some coke and joking to do with this one today here, Cadell. How do you want to thank you for this one today, buddy?
Well, I mean, heck, I got in here last second. I'm just happy to come away with a second place finish. I don't think I've ever had a interview with the guys since y'all been broadcasting and stuff, so that's pretty cool. So thank y'all for the broadcast, and let's see, Extreme Sim Racing, Sim Magic, iRacing, iFlag, Sim Rap Market, Reaper, Speed Lab, and Shenandoah Shine, and all the guys here at Still Horse Live, and this Bush Latte that I'm about to shotgun right here, baby. Thank y'all.
Have at it, man. Congratulations taking on home for a podium. Jonathan Goodell, ladies and gentlemen, there your podium finisher there in second. Now coming away today with the win today, the old Mac Attack strikes back. Brian Macklin's back in victory lane here. And Brian, man, you've had some close race runs before, but I think this might be the closest one you've had to sneak by with there, good sir.
Yeah, this is one of the craziest finishes here at Daytona that I've had. I think the only other one that would maybe top this would be the first Daytona 500K race that I won here in Sim 500, where I was spun around backwards across the line and won the race. So that one was pretty wild, but this was a lot of fun too.
A lot of fun to watch, a lot of fun to kind of get through as well. You led this race early, kind of took full control, and then all of a sudden it just looked like things were going to kind of get you into trouble with those cautions. At that point, were you just kind of thinking, like, if I can take whatever I can get, I'm just going to go for it?
Well, I kind of just went into a little bit of a fuel conservation mode after that first caution came out, trying to save fuel so we could get as little fuel in the truck on that last green flag pit stop as possible. But then I slid through and lost the draft. So the caution that bunched us up for that restart there at the end, I actually was a saving grace because I wouldn't even have been in a position to do what I did. But no, once the green flag comes out within 5 laps to go of a race, all bets are off. I'm going to do what I can to try to find my way to the front. And if I end up on the hook, then I end up on the hook. And if I don't, then I'm going to go try to win the race.
Well, you won the race today, Macklin. Who do you want to thank for this one, buddy?
Got to thank my brother. He's been a learning through all this. Obviously, he's got a win already this season. I think he's probably not the points leader now, but he's been running really good. Had some unfortunate luck tonight. Got to thank you guys for doing the broadcast, all the admins and the sponsors here at Sim 500 for putting on the show. I heard that Joe Hudson's the one that put together this broadcast for tonight, so thanks to him for doing that. And looking forward to do it again.
For sure there. Well, Macklin, appreciate your time down there, buddy. Congratulations taking on home for the victory today.
Yes, sir. Have a good one, guys.
The Mac Attack strikes back today, ladies and gentlemen. He's your race winner here in Daytona. Thank you all so much for watching. It's been a late night. I'm out. See you guys next time.